map, FPX 1-0 up. They won on DRG's map pick of Ascent, and now we go to Breeze, which is FPX's pick. DRG chose to attack first, playing a fairly standard comp. FPX running the Yoru and the Jet, no Cypher with an Astra. So, very interesting comp. You don't have a KO, which a lot of teams would probably want. No Cypher. So these executes the DRG, looking to be fairly standard because it is the standard comp. Luke finds the first kill, KO knife, recon dat broken, but it does get a pulse off and get some information. That shock dart is actually kind of crazy coming in from Yang. There's so much damage. Nick, Dingwei low, and despite the first kill going towards DRG, looks like they're on a bit of the ropes. Fighting out in the open. Look at this mid battle though. TCH trying to go for some like lineups with the snake bites. Really nicely played by Lysol. And now just two players stuck on site pretty much, especially now with a Viper wall. Have to go for these fights on low health. And now Nick on his own 1 versus 3. All of the players are fairly like beefed up at this point. A lot of damage done to them. Life just holding it with a Sheriff. So ended up going FPX's way on this map too. Especially for the fact that they are now 2-1 pistols. But maybe sort of assuming that DRG maybe should do a little bit more there. Especially with like the Viper like being in mids, kind of getting ready. It just felt a little bit like maybe DRG were getting ahead of themselves perhaps. Also, all of the qualifying games so far in all of the regions have been 2-0s. Are we going to see that continue here or not? On Sheriff's straight execute onto the B site, this typical retake wall that we're seeing pretty much become the main one to go for. Recon dart's good. Luke gets one. KO knife actually getting some information about Autumn is. And the gun upgrade for Luke that he's managed to get. I think he's managed to throw a bulldog to one of his teammates as well. Yeah, Vukashi's managed to pick it up. So Luke has not only done well to get 2 kills, but he's got a gun upgrade for himself and somebody else. You got a flank coming in now. Vukashi not having any trips set up because he couldn't afford utility. So it's something that they need to be careful about. But considering Life only has a Sheriff, Berlin, Spectre, Yang, like the guns are now pretty much better, I think, on average on this side. Nick goes down. Oh, TCH goes down. So it is just 2 rifles in a battle. And the Guardian's done well. Vukashu, come on, man. I feel again like TCH being here is fucking crazy. And then what was Nick just stood out in the open? Was he on the plant? I couldn't tell if he was here or here. Yeah, that's just a sheer panic. Just play time. Especially with how easy it was to get in on the site. Like, this play is fantastic. Why is Luke out on such an aggressive angle? I guess he's trying to fight tunnel, but you still don't know where Berlin was, I don't think. Like, that's again, like, I know it's an eco for DRG, so making it close is still good, but that feels like such a fumble. Have the full buy. This is pretty much as clear as a bonus as you're going to get. No bigger guns on yet online. No outlaw. It's a nice flash. But is there any actual follow-up? No, you've just got the Astro there with a star on the choke, a star on the plant. So like a grab here, stun there. Got options. Aldron's gonna get onto the Astra, but Lynn's still not afraid to like make his presence known. Especially being like, hey, I'm on a Sheriff, come in. Just betting a lot for Autumn. Nothing in mids. I feel like DRG have sort of learned from their pistol to not get too ham with like trying to do too much too quickly. So just going for like a bog standard execute should be like enough. Oh, Berlin is like pushing out in the smoke. Autumn gets one. All of that baiting for Berlin. Oh, he's able to get 2 with a Sheriff in a smoke. How has this actually happened again? DRG like 3 first kills and a 0-3 down. Oh, God. I mean, the baiting from Berlin to just take the attention away from where Autumn was going to be on the Yoru was really good. But then he still gets 2 in the middle of a smoke. It was literally just spraying. Stingray peeking out. Nobody does this on their own. It's an Astra smoke as well. Like, it's like, if they put it up, they're going to be doing something around it. Win man advantage, lose rounds. Feels like it's been the case so far for DRG. They still have a buy in some capacity. Like, I guess Luke can buy and just get a Blade Storm next. No armor, Vukashi rifle. There goes Luke.
而且第二时间看一下，其他人都在点外。远距离的对枪，这张地图就是靠拼枪，远距离啊，远距离对枪，而且我有枪械优势，我有护甲。
I mean, it's easy to sort of rag on DRG, like they're not playing well, but I think FPX at least is. Like a lot of the silliness that kind of dictated their play beforehand is kind of gone with TZH leaving. Like Viper walls are more straightforward. The general game plan is a lot more fluid. I think I'm just focusing more on DRG because of Vukashi and because I feel like DRG like have a good go at this. I don't think it's a super one-sided DRG being complete underdogs. I think it's winnable for them. I know if they play like this, what separates like good teams like DRG from great teams with FPX is just getting those kills, getting those advantages, but not confirming those advantages is everything. Is IGL for FPX Berlin? FPX no cipher. I don't think it's that needed, really. Especially now with holes open. I think having... I don't think it's a necessary like cut and dry thing. No time, flawless, no damage done to FPX really at all. Like, why stay the same player for map 2? It's true, yeah. I mean, I do wonder why that's the case. But maybe it's just like Autumn sort of knows more, and it's just a temporary thing. But yeah, I think for the future, having one player stick to the Euro would be really nice. Especially with how I like been playing it. Because Autumn's like AWPing and stuff is good. Maybe it is just like they're putting life on the Jet because they are more focused on like using the AWP more on this map than they say would do on Sen. That would be my like guess of it. Outside of that, I got my sheet for stuff. There's a lot of like maps, I suppose, where FPX, FPX and DRG. Sorry, got my little thing. Life plays Yoru on Bind and plays Chamber on Lotus and Sunset. They played Yoru on Ascent as well, and then he played. Yeah, I mean, like this is the only time he hasn't played Yoru or Chamber. But I guess on the other maps, like Autumn played Phoenix on Sunset, played Raze on Bind and Lotus. So maybe it's like on maps where there's Jet, where there's more AWPing, maybe that's more likely where Life is gonna like get the AWP. So maybe it's more like Euros, I don't know. We'll see. Genuinely don't know. Because if Life is on Chamber / Jet, I think that makes a lot more sense than like Euro and Chamber, but guess it keeps you guessing. Blade Storm is going to be used, I think, from Luke. Everybody else has a buy, but no armor for Vukashi because he keeps on buying up. And Autumn's actually pushed up all this way. Is it going to be checked? It has been watched by Vukashi, but the reaction is just not quick enough. Flash. Oh, and he sees multiple people. He could have got 2. TZH is like 14 HP. It's again FPX just having the brightest out on defense. And yeah, this is fantastic eco because DRG are just not really gonna fake and then go B and like set up a default lane. If you see them start A, they're more likely gonna be finishing A. That's just how DRG has been playing. Maybe like pushing up to this door, like punishing the lack of Cypher here, but TZH has seen a solo HP that doesn't really matter. I mean, all of the knives missed from Luke. Like, even just sort of hitting straightforward fights are not happening. FPX are just cleaner with it. They have the better game plan and they're absolutely smashing here. This is a shame. I thought DRG would be like, you know, fighting for this a bit more. I hope Trace versus EDG isn't like this. I hope like we actually get like a competitive series there.
就哪怕是有人在架枪，这个可能就是一种后果，就是如果你不去占地图的一些必要的位置，像这个 A2 楼或者中路的话，你就很容易 在抱团的过程中被对手形成一些
136 damage done to TCH2.
而且方 plus 他们是没有零的一个情况
Life has
下，
been
像
a
管道这些位置的
crazy
话，
pick
一
for
旦被对
FPX.
手拿到一些
Just more
破口，
firepower,
是很容易被
allowing
对
Iang
手
to
抓
sort
到
of
一
play
些
more
弹幕
supportive
的
on
对，
the
就进攻方其实在对手
initiator.
没有零的情况下，这个 A 2楼
Make it sick.
说简单点就很好摸。
对，
Trace 2-0 for
去尝试
sure.
一下。
That's spicy.
他是猎人。
I know EDG have not looked good. Hunter's Fury gets a ping onto 2, almost kills both of
非
them.
常漂亮。
伤害是打满了，
对，
但没形成击杀。
But yeah, I know that EDG haven't looked great, but I think the
但
Trace
这一波已经
might
很伤了呀。
主要
flap.
是这个血量被削弱的有点厉害，两个人只
But
有
if we can
45
get
滴血。
a free map,
出
I'll
师
be
未捷胜
happy.
半血。
本来
Right now,
枪
I
不
don't think we're getting it with
好
this. That's a
进来
nice
白波
flash.
快的
行，这个
But the Viper wall going up
闪
means
是
that there's no real like fight or push off of it, and then the Astra
但
smoke
直接
just
有
on
人
this
幸运稍
choke.
微掩护一下，而且阿阳又来到了
It's
侧
nice.
身，又是一层
It's just
形
a
成一波夹
straightforward
击
wall.
直
The
接打
flash
闪
is
要出
good.
烟，出烟看
Lucas
到了
cleared him.
但是
It doesn't matter though
本
because
是
the
有
angle that he
在
has to
帮
peek
忙
out
去
on
做
for has
保
been
镖的
watched from
而正
stairs
面
by Berlin.
阿阳配合队友已经过来了，切短炮修掉了对手，但五卡叔补枪也补上。
Bukashi's got 2.
2打3的
Neural
残
Theft has
局
been
现在
used.
两个
He's
人血
fully
量加起
flashed.
来都不到50，已经很难了。
Berlin
出来先
is
打一个，
actually
最后
making this
并
Astra
没有被
work
收掉。
so well
这
on
种
this
集结
map.
抱团的打法，
What do you mean by
在
flap?
面对密集的火力和
If
盲
you're
蒙多的技
flappable,
能
it
的
means that
情
you're
况
like
下，DRG 是不好展开的。
basically choke.
你打两边有一个非常大的问题，就是你这个枪线铺不开。
But
然
you
后第一
usually
时
say that
间
somebody's
防
like
守方
unflappable,
方
which
的一
means
些
that like
技
you're
能
not.
全部都是往这个
You don't panic when it
这个
gets
口子去灌的。
crazy.
可以像阿阳
Like
的
you're
一些
very well
内击线，包
composed.
括
You're good in a
像星体啊，
crisis
他
kind
的
of
一些
thing.
重力之井。
Really clean for
所以第
Berlin.
一时间的话，你这个口子是很难出来的。
Iang 10 and 4. Berlin
而
has
且
only died
明显感
once.
觉到
Life
方
has
法
only
方
died
面的这种
once.
打一波流的进攻，
Ingway,
他们是
Nick,
很有心得的。
TCH.
他们在防守方知
It's
道
only
去
just
应
these two that are getting the kills.
看一下
And DRG picked this side. They
中路
picked to
好像还
attack
是没有人去
first.
控。
Maybe feeling that the lack. Well, they don't know what
壁外
comp they're going to play into when they pick the side. So
柏林顶得很靠前啊。
中路还是没有任何
this
的
is the
人员
better
去做
side
一
for
个
DRG. I'm a little bit
关键是
worried.
还是抱团
拿到信息了。
要等尼克的中医技能。无效命令要给了吗？
柏林想顶去。
More commands. I like the Berlin is like on the other map side, having a Viper over here, so the Viper wall can go up. Not going to be hit. Not going to be suppressed.
而且在中路。 Autumn 直接过来协同一下点内队友的枪线，
Autumn again going for these fights.
但是好像 Life 和 Autumn 都已经倒地了。
You're in a player advantage, but you're still facing because well, you were in a player advantage, but it was the KO that was down.
现在等于是2打1的一个
You
回
got to
防。
do things together. You can't have Bukashi try to pick up a downed opponent and then just isolating at one at a time.
不倒呀，不给拆。
没有办法，这个过点虽然说前期已经可以成功来到包点，但是过
It's
点
almost
没有烟
too
的一
easy,
个情
it
况
feels
下
like.，
这个人是不太好拉的。
对，过点一个是过点没有给烟，导致到中路的人过来是可以去。
Why is China so good at shooting? I mean, their mechanics are just really pace.
对。
然后另外，其实对于 DRG 来说非常尴尬的就是，我觉得这个2v2啊，当然有点马后炮，就干脆就直接打了，拉队友其实是一个非常危险的行为。
是。
Very
因为你
clean
没有
aim
任何
though.
掩体可以去供你。
I mean, honestly,
他当时好像是
I think
给到对
FPX
手
if
的
they
一个架
look
枪的
this
一个角
good.
度了的，他是在架这个口子的。
I think that Madrid is open for them to like do some good things. I just don't think they've really been tested here. Like against Trace, it was a little bit harder. But their map pool, their roles, like the way that everybody's like playing individually, everybody looks comfortable. Things are pretty well drilled, not perfect, but there's thought and reasoning behind everything. Plenty to get better at and improve before Madrid still. But the firepower's there. It's just whether FPX end up looking like DRG on the international stage, I guess is the main thing. But I also do like it feels like the Astra's there in place of a Cypher, honestly, just like the smokes and then being able to like fight the executes head on. I guess it feels like DRG are expecting that when they go for these executes, they kind of get the space for free, but they're having to use so much utility to clear out the Astra, and TCH is completely alone. Luke gets taken out before the execute comes in. Yoru's not going to go for this fight. Lose Iang, but there's still 2 players on A. 50 seconds so you can reset, but I don't think that's anything that DRG is going to do. Actually, never mind. Sub that. They do. I know the winner goes to Madrid, but they're going to play the winner of EDG Trace. Yes, that's the like grand finals tomorrow. I don't like. There's like better seeding in store, but you also get like VCT points, which those points like if you have the most points in your region, like you're going to qualify for champions. Like top 4 teams, I think, on that maybe.
TCH 先退一退，但是 Autumn 已经过来了，他听到脚步声了，听到落地的脚步声，哇！劲大远小 ，Autumn 直接抓掉了 TCH，在另外一边口子进来的人感觉很尴尬。 嘎左右都有人，但是留一手也是被我卡数给收掉。
There it is.
2打3，现在那个只有1滴
It's
血
gonna
吗？
come
看一下
in. 3 versus
他是稍微
2.
回复了一下。
Don't lose this advantage again. Oh my god, life has destroyed them. That's another like player advantage in a plan for DRG that's looking like it's done. Dingwei 2 and 7. Nice fight. Oh, he does it. He's does read and expect Berlin actually running all the way behind. Good 1 versus 2 from Dingwei. But that's still like closer than it actually needed to be, I think.
是的，
所以他有预警柏林有可能在绕后。
他这一波回头确实打得非常的漂亮。正面
Is it another 7-1?
感觉主要还是正面把这个 life 这个点位接住了。
啊
It is.
非常关键啊！而且阿阳倒地之后导致到回防，
So it took 6 rounds for DRG to get on the board on Ascent. On this map, it's 7.
我卡手这波接柳一手也很关
How
键。
did the first game go? It got close towards the end, but it was fairly one-sided for FPX throughout. Really interesting comp, though. I don't think we really saw like any good ideas from it. Like we didn't see like great utility usage.
DRG 手里还是有非常多的中位技能。
Like when FPX pull out something, there's like loads of lineups that you could take and learn. There's some really like kooky ideas, but I don't think we saw that really.
柳一手背闪也背得非常快。这个独木稍微隔绝出了一片安全的区域，柳一手还在怀疑。 哎，在正面看一下 ，Life 已经Oten 已经倒地了。Life 在后面用明狙先狙一个，把 TYS Look 给狙掉。爆能器已部署。但是把明狙的回防其实要缩的点有点多。
要等一下人，现在防守方的这个落位
Bobby free again. Where is this going now for DRG? Good post plants. They are pinging this, expecting like somebody to flank all the way up. We got a camera in elbow. It's more the life is just like how much freedom he has to just literally slow walk with the operator out onto the B site. And he still gets a kill. He's literally just walked all of this. And nobody's peeked him because DRG is so scared.
TZH 的血量还可以，看一下，但是我卡数的血量并不
This
健
is
康。
Lukaku, he's low. TZH backside. Berlin can get, he can't get on it, there's no time.
操作了，看一下这个爆能器应该是拆不
This dude does damage, but that's 2. And the money actually for FPX is a little bit hard on some of the players, so maybe there's like a lower buy that has to come in, but I doubt it. Should still be a full buy. If or again, it could be.
主要是感觉这一波提速前期拿到了一个
Like there's definitely a spectrum between playing and hiding, giving a lot of space up, versus like taking the right fights with the right utility. And we've seen DRG like overpeak, overextend fights where they don't need to, but then also situations like that where everybody is just tucked in and playing way too safe, that a lot of space is just given up for free.
要怎么去防守
Like there's got to be some resistance, but it's got to be safe.
没有形成一个均数人数互换的话，对于防守方来说，这个回防3打5其实压力是非常大的。
主要是你这个 B 点的话，在没有零的情况下，你想要去跟对手去硬顶一波通道，你没有足够的一些
People
技
said
能，
K-Cop
其实你
doesn't
是
beat
不太好
Fnatic
去
and
抢
Heretics
手
doesn't beat
的。
Navi.
除非你是
Yeah,
去
ADG,
站一个
like
非
this
常
is the
多的位置
weakest that
去
they've
打出
looked.
一个前期
But
的
the
击
other
杀
answer for that is just we haven't
就
really
基本
seen
上
an
都是
awful
2
lot.
万人了。
朋友，你的
Like they could absolutely come into today, play maps that we've not seen them play, and just dumps the Trace.
接风，
Because Trace playing through play-ins have shown an awful lot.
FunPlus 对于 B 点，我感觉可能会有一波换防，就稍微换防，让柏林是可以考虑来到 B 点去进行一些技能上的拖延。
对，
就第一波不能倒人倒太快，不然的话，对面进到点内有人数优势，安置了爆能器，FunPlus 的回防其实会变得非常困难。而且微风岛屿毕竟地图比较大嘛，你从 A 点走到
You had a lot
B
of
点，
faith
其
for
实已经
KC
过
and
了20秒的时间
Heretics.
了。
I didn't have too much faith for KC.
啊，同样
I
的
felt
还
like
是
they
一
didn't
把
have
明狙。
much more to show than what they showed in play-ins.
这个明狙
But
就比较考
here
验
I
他
am
的
being
前
wrong.
期能不能拿到
I
手
guess like
杀。
prepping for
但是
Fnatic
他现在拿到
specifically,
手杀的一个
it's a coach's
比
like
较苛刻。
wet dream, right?
现在目前
Being
来
able
看
to try and
，DRG 他不怎么
anti-strap
打
one of the
痛
best
苦，
teams on
打
these
的比较
maps and
少，
actually win.
所以导致 Life 的这个明狙只能主动去找机会，
是
顶一个 Ivo 的位置。
Timeout for FPX though, they didn't use a timeout at all in the first half of Ascent, so they're a little bit more threatened here. They have an op, they've fought up, they've forced, the operator again from Life is getting a lot, Luke gets killed. Just the Hunter's Fury just in the choke, scary, Life jumping at the top of the box, gets another. This looks and feels done.
2打5，开局几十秒的时间就已经来到了一个不太能打的残局。
啊，暂停完回来之后，FunPlus 对于 B 点的保护是做得非常到位的。这你第一波进点，感觉有点被隔绝了。
1 minute on the
你喜欢
clock.
抱团，那我
But
就
the
哎，
problem
我
is
前
like
进
you
出
can't
来，
really fake that you're
我的
going
明
anywhere
狙去拿
else.
手杀来拖，
Like
来
so
断
much
你的
space has
节
been
奏。
taken from Berlin
已经
already.
找到了这个
This has been watched.
对方喜欢打的一些。
There's always the risk that
对
they've
习
kind
惯
of
找
gone
到
this
的
way
人
and gone through, but because that's something that DRG
来
haven't
到高
really
点位，这
been
一局
able
没有
to
击到
do.
卡数， 但是五卡鼠
Like
和
it's not
TCH 的
free
经
for
济
them.
并
Now
不
it's
是那
been
么
checked
乐
by the
观呀。
silver.
就虽然连拿
Just
了
in
2 分，
case there's
但是
some late
DRG
luck
毕竟拿
here.
的那2分都是有点惨胜的意
But
味在
this
里面，
looks like it's
所以
more
他
of
们
a
经济是没有
save
能够
than
攒蓄
anything.
起来。
It's too late to do anything, I think, especially if you're going to try and go A.
没办法，只能选择保。
剩余30秒。
Will we play for Heretics and Masters or not? I don't think so. I think Patek still comes in to be playing
是
it.
直接转点
We're
了
just。going to be in for like,
我觉得
is it
这一分
stage
对于
2?
DRG
Is that what we're
来说
calling like the
还想
main
尝试。
对，
leagues
但是我感
after
觉
kickoff?
尝试
Like, what's
可
the
能风
actual
险会
like
有点大，
name
因
for
为
them?
他
What's
没
the
什么经济
terminology?
了。
对，这2把枪如果也掉了的话，下一分
不去了
甚至
不去了
剩余10
都没什么
秒。
说法了，
对，
感觉
不能去，
爆了吧。
不能去，就最多是下个爆冷器，就没有后续
Stage
的
1 and
事情
stage
了。
2.
对。
So stage 1, what's
就
happening
下
after
爆冷
Madrid?
器的
We
这
have
个
kickoff
收益啊
stage 1,
远
stage
远没
2.
有保这2把枪来的高，
对，
直接选择保枪没问题。
Okay, gotcha.
8比2。
Kickoff Madrid,
关键
stage
现在
1,
DRG
Shanghai
要怎么
stage 2
去
champions.
打呢？因为你在进攻方不能够说只拿2分，这太少了。
Alright,
他
and
们
yeah,
的常规阵容理论上来说，在进攻方要至少多拿2分。
对，
we'll
现
be
在
coming in for stage 1,
他们
I'm
有一
pretty
个
sure
还
then.
要就是面对的一
Is
个
it
非常
April?
大的难题，就是如果说自己要控中路的话，现在 Life
Feels a
你
while
要
away.
怎么
People
去
say
处
no,
理
we're
呢
not going to see these guys play for 2
因为
months.
这张地图其
I
实对于
mean,
进攻方来说，如果限制不到的
soon
话，
flies
就会
by.
让进攻方很难受。
哎，Luke 是有巨刃可以
Other
驾驭
stages in the league sort
还
of
有2把
format, are they
口
going to
图
keep the tournament single elimination style? I think that's the last single elimination
好
we're
像
going to
撞
see.
上了正面，
You'd be
应该会
surprised,
看
like
到
happy to know.
哎，这个
Camera
这
seen
个
the
看到
operator.
了
You've
看到
got to
有
like
明
use some
狙
utility
有点
for
不敢去
this.
打这个，哎，但是看
Oh,
到手
he
臂
even
了，抽一
shoots
枪
but
没有能够
misses.
抽到，
And then they're just going to walk up.
抽一张腿
You can't just let him
没
keep
有
peeking. Oh, there's got to be something that you could do at this
哇
point,
陆
but
克头
no.
有点铁，他想要去击杀
Wasn't
掉
there a
这
poison
个
cloud
Life
thrown
的
here?
明狙，
有点难
TCH
，Life 顶着你的战术监控，
因为他这个位置其实是可以躲的，哪怕是空了一枪，
是
他的站位是有优势的。
完了吗？这步陆克倒了之后，自己队伍已经少了个决斗位，
Be a
谁能够
surprise
进
if
点
it's
就把
another
他抢
8-4
线呢？
half.
对，现在队伍虽然有2个
This
2
just
把
doesn't
长
seem like a
枪，
map
但是
that
这
like
个
DRG
点
have
位的
built
话，没有决斗是
anything
很难
on
进的。
really. I mean, like I said, we've only seen them play it a little bit, which was against like open qualifier teams like the old gamers and then like 17 gaming in Ascension. Like they haven't really been tested here ever.
但 DRG 现在看一下 TCH 的单
Luke is a talented guy, but he ints way too much. I'd agree for the most part.
很难
I think he's got better. Like he's got a lot better over the past like 6 months.
跟对手强换的。
But yeah, I think on
时间也
maps
不
like
太
this
够
where you
要
are just being
打
completely shut down.
因为有2名选手的话，
Doesn't
他
seem to have a
是
hope
一
in
个
hell.
手枪
循线直接给
But I think a lot of this stuff that's missing is like just the utility. Like there's so much you like executes like that where
已经打完了，最后留一手再顶一个4杀。
like I think if you're playing KO, doing a right click flash out of the choke at this level just isn't good enough.
打无人机，
There's gotta be like lineups. There's gotta be other things that you can
强行
do.
打闪出，刘一手只
Or
要
don't play
被闪掉
KO. Like
他
try to
正
play
面
something
就
else.
是一波直架非常好的机会，而且还有人打循利剑。
是的，
哦，这一波已经有点无解了，刘一手已经有点点名的意思在里面。
嗯。因为对手的枪线
I mean, that's the biggest thing that's missing from DRG here is like the comp is like fine, like it's the usual stuff, but like a lot of the utility that was hitting from Nick on Ascent, where he could play all of that stuff really well, like really nice flashes, really nice KO knives. It's just missing.
感谢两边的粉丝
And it's like you're not playing up against the Cypher,
看一下来到上
but
半
you
场的最后
still
一分
can't get in through these
DRG 只
chokes.
能够来到混起局。
Is Woot good enough to get spot back?
直接
Yes.
开大，但有狙，地狙没有能够狙到。
K ultimate suppressing, but again, there's like so many like gaps and angles that people could take fights. Duels are nice actually. Nick with the Guardian is finding a couple. You got the Viper wall on A, 'cause it's like more of a fake. Viper's pit is good.
非常好，直接展开回复，可以囊括包。
Where on earth is Dingwei going?
的话，包点的人员是已经
Playing
安
for
全
the
地
angle
站了下来，
more
这
from
个回防
archers?
很
Is he not
难
expected
打
like CT
两
to
个
be
都是
pushed?
名牌，五卡鼠直接捡起明狙。
This is brave for
狙掉了刘一
Dingwei, the
手
fucking Silver player to be here. Getting
对
information is
这个残
good.
局已经难如登
And you're in a
天啊
1 versus 4, so if I'm him, I'm
第一难
backing
度
up.
的
Or at
最
least,
后
yeah,
五卡
okay,
鼠用一
Rikashi's
狙直接
just gonna
带
take
掉了阿
B.
阳。9比3。 上半场的最后一分是
Is
随
Woot
着
like the
DRG
dunk
的
of
一波
Valorant?
提
I
速
won't
夹
go
击
that
必
far
点
until we've
宣
seen
告
play
结
tier
束。
1, but yeah,
这一
like
分就打
Woot
得
is
非常
great.
干
He's a
净，
fantastic
中路
player.
和 B 通的一波
I'm
夹
really
击
excited to see
哪
like
怕
him play
前期
tier
路可被
1.
打掉之后，后续
Also see what like Reans is like on the stage, because
刚
we
好是
obviously
预
didn't
判
see
了一下
that
对手
for this
逐风
event.
大概的一个落位，
See how he fares in front of all of the Heretics fans in
都
Madrid.
没有，还没落定。
还没落位就中途嘛，
对，就滑翔的中途直接被
Thanks
摘
about
掉
that.
了
I'm。going to put my
他占
shoes
了
on
一
because
个
my
非
feet
常
are
大的
hurting.
身
also.
位。
但无伤大雅对 DRG 来说，上半场的最后一分是成功拿了下来，3比9。我们之前一直在说，特别是在去年。 去年一直在说9比3是个比较玄学的比分。
对，
至少我觉得对于 DRG 来说，上半场最后1分的获取，能够让他们下半场还有操作的空间和余地。
要看手枪局。如果手枪局输了的话，难度会非常的大。
他们也在尽可能的尽力去思考。当然了，我们也知道之前在小组赛 DRG 面对 TEC 的比赛里面，他们在3东港也试过在上半场2比10落后的情况下，完成了今天的翻盘。
是，
所以9比3对于他们来说，可能难度还甚至要小一点。现在需要的是 DRG 把心态先放平。要稳住心态。
是，但是你要知道
nice to sort of have like a relative rookie player like show up like that in CS. I don't know anything about Donk or like what he's been able to do in CS, other than that he's just been crazy like IEM and stuff. Do you think we'll win the next match? I don't know. Genuinely don't know.
这2支队伍之间只有一张，对，只有一张门票。
Just wait till Tense as a kid.
没有任何的容错，就要看下半场手枪局的一个胜负手。就目前来看的话，FunPlus带耶路的体系嘛，加上没有零的一个情况下，他们在防守方拿到了9分，我觉得已经是非常合格了。
是。
Today in the grand finals.
那看一下，来到下半场。
Also, that's a good point. Where is Sliggy streaming from? Is he streaming from like his hotel room?
可以看一下从 live 的起枪里面啊，大致能够观察
How is he managing
他们
this?
应该
I
可
haven't
能要
even
打很
checked.
多提速。
对，
狂怒在微风岛屿的上场率是比较低的，但如果起出来，那对于 FunPlus 来说，他们的思路应该是 Autumn 传到右边，然后左边让 Life 利用主辅直接清这个底线。
是，但是要小心这个过点的半线。
卡手是有半线在的。
That's pretty good.
这个雷击剑应该是用来垫半线的吧？
等了一手，对手没有前压。
看一下半线已经被解决掉了，没有了，直接逐风。
Execute coming in, 9-3 half, a little bit better than the first. And Dingway's gone down early.
危险，烟幕相散。
点是成功站了下来，而且在中距离
like it just feels like if Bukashu does get one, he's getting traded pretty hard.
逐风已经来到点内了，但他有点孤立无援。
Luke though having a good go of it. It's still 3 versus 3. Yeah, I mean he's done very well.
11滴血的情况下是反杀掉了阿阳，
He's 1 HP though. I saw clears him. 2 versus 2. Nick just can't win the fight. TZH has gone for flank all the way around. And like the difference, I suppose, in the post plants that you're already seeing, like kind of hiding them where the enemy is, but like getting onto aggressive angles that they can trade and fight off of each other. Just waiting. Oh no, fuck it, never mind. This Poison Cloud is actually going from TZH.
隔绝掉了一边的枪线，打一边，残局思路很清晰。
I was like, this is how it should be done on like an attacking post plant. Never mind. Completely wrong.
TZH 在关键时刻还是队友的定海神针。
哇！ 这个手枪局要是输
Oh, and the TP inside an Astra smoke, like all of the stuff that you can do around your and Astra is gonna be sick.
难了感觉，而且 Luke 也很关键，11滴血他还秒掉了阿阳。
对，
在残血的情况下，他
I don't know if this is an FPX throw as much. I think this is just a natural outplay with his orb.
在最后的一个1v2的残局非常精彩。
TZH 今天确实在残局上面来说，有好几波都是他拿下的关键分。
是
Outlaw for Luke on the defense.
那手枪局拿下
What
来
we
之
like
后
on kills. Everybody's negative.
DRG 将会拥有蟒侠自由权。
对，
他们可以让 Luke 起到一把蟒侠。
TP gonna go through the store.
蟒侠目前是架在神锁房的2楼，
There goes the
直接
execute.
进来 ，Life 被抽了一点点的血。
啊，但哎，柏林好像抓到
The
了
Lins managed to find one.
这
To
敢
the
直接
jet
出
over
烟的
here?
这个 timing。
How on earth? Look at TZH might be just
他已经点了3个了，
destroying
直
this.
接被刘一手反混烟
3
混掉。
versus 2, so this is still like very good. Oh, this is brave from Luke.
其实对于 FunPlus 来说，这2个人的
See if he can maybe put off the plant, but not quite. Take a shot to the outlaw, not quite worked.
爆能其实成功安置了下来，但烟刚刚好散了。
Nick gets
侧身直接
one.
被 Nick 抓到。
Lost alive, Ayang playing for breaks, 30 HP.
标配也是没什么操作的机会。卢卡鼠
I imagine that TZH is quite close to his ultimate now with some of the kills that he just got
只
then.
能说，刚刚其实我还
Naturally, a mistake to be made for a clutch to happen. I don't know if
感觉如果
that's
说不是那个残
necessarily
局的话，
fair.
现在这个比分的一个优劣势会拉得很大。
对，但柏林这一分也已经很尽力了，中路先抽了一个过点。但在点内啊 ，TZH 枪太好了。
Because like, are you gonna? That's not a situation that you can VOD review and be like, okay, this is what we do next time instead. Because it's such a unique situation because of the poison cloud.
9比5
Like they just got outplayed.
但这一分起了5个全甲，因为安置了爆能。
If it's like a 1 versus 3, then yeah, that's a bit more questionable. But 1 versus 2, outplaying him with util,
蟒侠的威慑啊
more being aware that that can happen.
卢克想出来尝试一下，哦，这时间抽了一枪，
He's legged him. Everybody's got to be on full armor for this. So good from FPX to not go too hardcore with their buy. Might be missing utility in some areas. I don't think so though. It seems like everybody's got everything that they need.
这个爆能器第一时间是没有带的，前期
Yeah,
开始
otherwise
痛
Lysol
苦了。
dies to the outlaw, of course.
左边还是回家，哇，很稳。
Life holding,
关键我卡
peeking,
感觉中路
nice.
丢失信息丢失的有点久了，他想过来看一下，结果直接
Life
被
wall
Life
going
给
across
架
into
住
B
了。
site. It's a pretty shallow wall, but the Astra smokes just fill in some of these gaps.
那现在对定位来说，
You're a decoy,
有点难
broken,
他先把
flash,
假针打
Aldron.
掉
Dissipated smoke, grab on the back of it. Euro TPing, flashing him, but not TPing him because Life's just going to walk it. Oh, this is nice from FPX. Like every little bit of utility there, just well planned. Improvising, obviously, because I think the Euro was like would be teleporting here or maybe even teleporting here. But like Life being able to just lurk up and take the space for free. Life is the new Ye. I'm calling it.
四杀有没有 ace 的机会？Nick 没给。哇，四杀的 Life 配合柏林最后收尾。 拿到了这一分，
不过已经很帅了。他这个单刃的破点在中路已经打开了
Yeah,
局势
considering
了。
you're playing with like a Sova, a
当然
Cypher,
DRG 可能就包括五卡手吧，
KR2
他中路过来看一眼
a lot
他
of
们
like free
可以
space for
想
Life to
到
be
有
taking,
1万种
especially
可
walking
能，
up
但
on
是不太
Bukash
能想得
of
到
all
是个
people.
Life。
对，
对 Life 这个截风反而跑去做了一波
That
单波，
flash
效果
though
还非常好。
主要是你看他的
Man
这
was
一个单波的
literally
情
slow
况下，把
walking across
DRG
the
的所有
map.
整体防守方的一个阵型全部打乱了。
嗯，10比5。 但看一下
Money
的经济并不是那么乐
Ults,
观，
maybe a
只有一把
Viper's
正
bet on
义
the fence
而且
for
这个位置
this.
有点远啊，这把正义不太好发挥。他是在黄香处。
That was a bonus though for DRG, so they were
刀
lacking
被收了
some bits.
找到两个人的站位，知道 Nick 也是在的。
嗯，碎
But
片一
I'm
出现
really
出来
interested in how this
稍微
is going to
规避
be.
一下伤
Viper's
害。
wall is going to come up now.
但这一波方
It's
法
going
应
to
该
go
是铁了心要往
Aldron
里
as
跑
well.
了。
Euro TPing into a smoke, a jet smoke too. There's a snake by doing a lot of damage.
好像这个混烟啊
I think he just gets sprayed through all of this utility. Luke trying to get on another good angle here. Needs to be worried. That's a really nice snake bite for Lysol too. Just making sure that he can't get off of it. He's going to try and fight this a little bit more, which is brave considering you're the Viper and this wall is super important. Great flash from Nick. And Ayang has managed to get 2 line up. He's been sprayed. He's on his own. He's in a 1 versus 2. Breaks a recon. Can't quite get on the defuse. Nice double peek in the end, but that's so much damage done from Ayang to make it crazy close.
没办法，到最后的话，残局阿瑶面对的人员太多了。
是。
他前后左右几乎都是要看的，打了一个之后，不知道另外一个人会从什么地方拉出来。
A little bit more chaotic as around. However, like I think that's both of them playing it like pretty decently.
在正面提供了很多技能和
Maybe a little bit lucky of just spraying for the smoke. I don't like Lysol peeking and fighting this naturally because this Viper wall is going to go down. TZH Bukash needs to be careful that they don't line up like this, but this double peek right at the end to just pick it very carefully, not really allow this clutch to happen.
10比6。
Very well done.
DRG 这一分拿下来之后，经济可以稍微缓和一下。嗯，毕竟 Luke 也有巨刃嘛，可以过渡一个经济。
抢一下中路。 方普拉斯在进攻方还是一支非常喜
Big
欢
Storm
打
Recon getting in
流的队伍，
close.
但是 Luke 的
Silver
话
and
中路已
elbow.
经打得非常龟前压，现在是进来，
Brave from Luke. You don't really have any help. You got an Aldron being thrown out at the same time. The KO and the Viper are not pushing through doors. It's again
只有50滴血活了下来。
good default in from FPX, especially getting Bukash on the back of B. This just opens up the site so much more for you for FPX.
就会变得非常大呀。方 plus 打哪边都是。
Yeah, I'm lucky for Luke, but I think it's also overheating.
嗯，定位这个位置会压力会比较大哦。
嗯。 DRG 现在不管 A 点还是 B 点都有可能要面对一个1打多的情况。
Dingwei seen near enough everybody. Recon out on site.
闪也给到了。
The Euro flash. Seen the Euro backside. There's the grab in front. Too much. Life gets taken out, I think, from heaven, right? So over here, it's pinged.
TZH 这个回防，甚至可以考虑不打。
I do feel like if FPX do manage to make it to Madrid, like this comp can be probably respected a bit more, like having certain cypher trips where the Euro likes to TP or in the middle of Astra smokes. I think other than this, saving might be the better option, TCH. You don't want to give these guys draw. Cosmic Divide is good to go for Berlin too.
但对于 DRG 来说，现在下一回合起枪才是关键。
对，而且 Luke 就这么去攒经济啊，感觉他想攒一把狙出来。嗯。 但这个回合没有能够拿下来之后，看一下下个。
Yeah, I wonder why Angel was buying half armor. He still had money left over, right? It's not like he was buying half armor to buy somebody else like an operator and then full armor, etc.
是的。
It just felt like he was just doing it naturally.
现在比分差已经稍微的拉开了很多了。
对，但下一分我们能看到 TCH 是
Yeah, I mean that's just bad habits, I
再看一
guess.
下中路，主要 Life 这个点位站的挺好的。
对，他可以其实不太动的，但是中
I mean, I don't really know how you do it, where you just naturally just buy half armor, unless you do it from like the keybind stuff.
这个 Life 是
But I don't know why you'd ever do that.
是成功逮到了路。
Buzz used to do it. I know. I don't.
暂停也是
I can't fathom how people make that mistake. I guess is what I'm
对于
saying.
教练来说，应该是他能够用的为数不多的最后的暂停。
Kind of warm in
是的，
here.
最后一个暂停也是直接。
The problem is it's been pretty like rainy and stormy in the UK like overnight. So it's quite cold outside now, but it just means it's really
他们
like
这个手感其实是
stuffy.
越打越凉的状态了，已经。他们很多正面的拼枪，包括像是远距离，有一波五卡鼠面对阿阳的正面拼枪。
After the game, he tweeted that they lost the series 1-2. Oh, really?
你正面对枪的话，你可以感受得到 DRG 他在防守方。
So it was a 9-3 half,
他
wasn't
都
it?
是来到一个
And then
1打多的一个对枪，他并没有太多的
DRG won the
优势
pistol.，
而且进攻方的一些限制的技能会非常的多。他不管是站位也好，还是对枪的
I
优
don't think
势
they
都不是很
did,
明
did
显。
they?
哎，这边是看到了 FunPlus 的对齐啊。
No, they did. They did. Sorry.
对于 FunPlus 来说，他们确实掌握着不错的优势，但 DRG 现在如果想要去把这个局势搬过来的话，可
Because
能
they
需要
lost
一
the
些个人
bonus
能
and
力的
then
表
the
现
round。afterwards.
因为其实微风岛屿它能够打
And
出
then
的
they
一
won the
些
rest. Yeah. So here
所
we
谓的
go.
战术的协同其实是比较少的。
是
那。相比于其他地图来说，是会略少。
Buy is
现在
pretty
能
mediocre
够解决问题
naturally.
的方法，可能只能
Sheriff
够通过个人能力来解决。
Find whatever
对
you can.
而且这一分 DRG 还是存
It's
了一些
looking like
经济的，
FPX are just 2 rounds away from
Like that
making it
side
to
是一
Madrid.
个混血。
Pretty dominant style, but
Plus 依旧啊，在你叫完
I
暂
don't
停完回来
necessarily
就
think
选择
that
打
China
慢
has
一点。
done well
先
to
看一下你要怎么出招。
但
paint
是
a
明显
positive
的
light on the
话，
region today.
提
We've
前
had
先
some like
展开了
crazy
回复
games,
本令在管道
and this is a little bit more standard and
但是对
straightforward,
手
which has
怕
pretty
是
much
零
been the
的
way
一
that
直
it
不
has
太
been
好
for like
过
FPX and stuff.
应该是可以尝试把这个半线打掉，然后给到防守方一些防守的压力。
Like it doesn't seem that like
这个
FPX
摸的
gets.
位置
I don't think
面
they've
前
ever
虽然有
really
一
been
根半
upset
线，
in
但感觉
Evolution.
柏林已经把这
I
个
think they
A2
like the only time that they went out like
了
6
摸
to
出来了
8
有点。
in Act
他
2
甚至
was
是能够去驾驭
kind of
对
like
手回
they
防
ran
驾
into
枪
Rare
的
Atom
过
early
程
and
看
Trace
到了。
early.
哦，看一下
他
你给金
一直在给
鱼。
压力。
哦，他要主动去拉。
Just a
定位
really
其实
tricky
挺
group.
尴尬的，对定位来说，这个口子守不守嘛？
They
守，但
definitely
是对
give
面
them
的
one
枪
more.
比
Yeah,
我
I'd
好。
agree.
对
I
没
mean,
有
maybe the
办
map
法，就
pool
我
just
只能
isn't good
强
for
行
them
去
to
给对
work
手一些
with,
压
but
力啊。
你
yeah,
能
you
感觉
sort
到
of
柏林已
expect
经有点
more.
为所欲为了。我打完一个以后我还溜了。
甚至现在
But I'd
是
say for
要
this
转
map, at
点
least
了，
like
来夹
FPX
一波
with
必
this
须。
comp has like given me a lot more to be like
卢克
interested
两个
in
水
and
平
excited
也
about.
会慢慢往前走，落地，他反杀掉了
Luke still
欧
managing to get
还
one.
行
TCH trying to
但
fight
是掩护者
face.
队友已经倒地了，
There's just
能够
too
有
much
更多
like
的收益吗？没有了，已经正面
aim
卢卡
duels
斯的压力很
happening.
大，他只有一个独木可以稍微掩盖一下自己的
Full
还是对
contact
面的
walking up,
独
taking
木
fights.
在
Life
上的
especially
一
has
瞬
just
间
been getting away with
来
it
不
so
及的
much.
五卡数，尼克手上
And
这一把
then
正
now
义
it's just
他还要
naked
打
one
三
versus
个
three
而
with
且
a
在
sheriff.
远距离正义枪头部命中还不一定致死，还行。
Still,
他
like,
打两个
damage
但是
done, but
Life
this is
拍
gonna
马
be
赶到
really
完成
tricky
补伤
now. 6
12比6
rounds.
FunPlus 拥有6次可
哦
以终结比赛的
For
机会。
是
DRG.
的，而且要知道，这是我们的图2啊。FunPlus 现在
Honestly,
已经是
China
拿
plus
到
some
了
crazy
自
comps
己
on
的
Masters.
赛
I think
点。
this is a pretty like
再看一下
crazy comp that
能够
FPX
感
are
觉到
running.
柏林已经打得很
I
自
think
信
if anybody else
他
that's
的
running
击
the
杀能力应该
Astra
我
on
没
this
看错
map
是
at
全
the
对对方
moment.
他已经打得非常自信，他一个星坠在 A2 楼直接顶着你的脸
I don't
出。
blame him.
他那个枪要是掉了，还真不好
His
说。
Iron hit some
他
nice
也
shots.
挺
He's
敢
been
打
okay.
的。
哦，看了一下是 Life 和阿
He's
阳的
gone-
击杀
he's
数还要比
positive.
他更多一些啊。
It's
莱普
more
已
just
经
like
是
a
拿
team
到了
performance.
23个击杀。
Maybe Autumn's Euro's been fairly
理解
quiet.
先给出来，看一下小熊。
Oh, even then, like Lucas just peeking on his own
卢克已经
into
倒
a
了。
recon dart too. I think
现
they've
在
just
已
gone.
经
I
有一
think
个
the
5打
mental's
4
just
的机
gone.
会，对 FunPlus 来说，他们甚至可以把速度再放慢一点点，因为 DRG 在少一个人的情况下，他们肯定要主动求变的。
Like, how many
这个
times
爆
have we
能
seen
器
like
距离
FPX
还
been
是有
stopped in
点
the
远
choke
的。
by like
被抓到
Cypher
机会了，感觉
utility
要
and
去来
trips?
逮定位。
Not many, because it feels like
还是
either
回到正面。
Lukash just
但
takes
是
the jewel
如
or
果
gets
说
taken
他
out
后面
first.
去强行换
Oh,
人的
it's just
话
dealt，with like
可
this.
能不太有机会的1-3了。
Oh, look, the
这个
shook
走位
guy's still up.
半线能电掉
Now
吗？
it's
电
broken.
掉了。OK， 这一发雷击剑还
And
是
then
给
you've
的非
got
常到位。
Silver over here. Dingwei's just on an aggro
我感觉
angle.
还是要转点
Lukash
了。
only
第一
as a
时间
And everybody's rotating away. Recon's going to be broken by Life, who's just making a lot of noise. But he's making a suspicious amount of noise that DRG are like, maybe they're faking. Maybe it's just one player. And they're right. Like TZH surely gets cleared here.
挽救现在队
Where
伍
the
的
Astra
颓势，因
smoke
为
for?
现在
Oh no,
的
it's
话，
Cosmic
禁区只
Divide
他
and then
一
the
个
smokes
人
on。site.
至少得打2个，先扑手稳，先禁言。
No command used from Nick. Oh, and TZH is just in it. 20 seconds. Oh, and DRG getting the kills at least. One is going to come in. It's going to come in uncontested. 2 versus 2. Viper's Pit. Yeah, you're like giving this up. And then you just peek out. Oh, no, it's done. Really clean, really decisive. I definitely expected more from DRG. But that might be just FPX looking as good as they are. Great addition to bring life in onto this team. At FPX, what is this? Like their 5th, 6th international event as an organization? Some of these players were at lock-in, they were at champions. That's the first international event for autumn. I think that's it, actually. Lysar, I think, was on that team. Iang was on that team. Berlin was on that team. Life's been at international events. Yeah. Yeah, Iang and Lysar have been to Masters before, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, disappointing, I think, for DRG, considering like how solid they looked in their group. But it does carry on this whole like narrative that the teams that qualify are all from the same group. So if we see FPX, who have won here, so they're the first team to qualify. But if we see Trace beating EDG, they both came from Group A, which is the same as Heretics of Common Core. They came from the same group. And Gen G Paper X also came from the same group. And that narrative is still going. Actually, with how Madrid is looking, I think FPX are looking like fairly solid. I don't think this was a particularly hard series for them necessarily, but I think the ideas that they brought in and like how good they looked against Trace, bringing in life onto various roles, trying some different things, but how like coordinated it all looks. I'm excited to see these guys both play tomorrow in the grand finals, but also like at Madrid. I think they could do quite a lot with any luck.